going on, Jerome's? So this has been the offseason of taking care of your guys in-house. Andrew Van Ginkel got a 1-year extension, amping up his AVG on his contract, as well as jumping Josh Oliver, a 3-year extension, keeping him in purple a long time. Josh Metellus, it seems like a deal is imminent, so checking that box as well for the Swiss Army knife of the defense. Also, someone who should get a new contract is right tackle Brian O'Neill. And the Pro Bowler has consistently been one of the best right tackles in the game since coming into the league as a second-round pick. The pride of Pitt, former high school basketball teammate of Dante DiVincenzo. If only Brian O'Neill would have taught him how to step up in the playoffs. But I digress there. And Brian O'Neill looking like Buzz Lightyear as well as Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Nailed it. I'm digging. Also, doesn't it seem like Brian O'Neill has gotten larger? He got jerked. Just absolutely monstrosity, just like a power at that right tackle spot. And when Darrisaw gets back healthy and good to go, the Vikings have one of the best, if not the best, tackle duos in the NFL. I don't care. I simply do not care about Malata and Lane Johnson. Their time has passed. Time is now, old man. That's right. So Darrisaw and O'Neill bookends. And we talked about the Vikings offensive line for a number of years. The interior offensive line was bad. So it was like having this beautiful, fresh baguette, pieces of bread for the sandwich, which were Darrisaw and O'Neill and cat poop inside. But now, baby, we got a great sandwich going. It's probably a banh mi. There you go. But Brian O'Neill, it turns 30 years young in September, a team captain, team leader, and he really holds it down up front. 19 pressures, 2 sacks allowed in 2024. Also went multiple 4-game stretches where he allowed 0 goose egg D'Angelo Russell pressers. 82.1 PFF pass block grade, which was second in the NFL amongst right tackles. So he's proven himself. He's been consistent, and he seems to get better with age. Right, and as he heads into the thickness of his prime, obviously would like to keep him in purple long time. Right now, Brian O'Neill's contract, he's entering age 30 season, $17.4 million base this year, $18.9 million base in 2026. Now, there's nothing left that's guaranteed, and about this stage of the extension, where he's finishing out his 5-year deal, it's about the time when the player and the agent start agitating for some guarantees, some assurances, especially as the player gets to the wrong side of 30. So it does make sense. And he's got a $26 million cap hit this season, and he's always been a restructure candidate, where it's like, hey, if we need some cap space, we can restructure Brian O'Neill, flatten out that cap number. But the Vikings weathered a $22.9 million cap hit in 2024, so it took the medicine last year, and it does free them up to make some moves on his extension and save some cap. In terms of right tackle contracts, so Tristan Wirfs signed his deal initially as a right tackle, but obviously he moved to left tackle, so that's a non-starter. Penei Sewell basically is getting paid like a left tackle. I think eventually he will swing to the blind side once Taylor Decker runs his course in Detroit. Lane Johnson, the ageless wonder, at $25 million per year. It is what it is. I think that the Vikings and O'Neill should find themselves, just south of the Lane Johnson money and north of the Jawan Taylor type money, which I still can't believe Jawan Taylor is getting $20 million a year, $60 million fully guaranteed. It's ridiculous, man. And as right now, in terms of true right tackle contracts, O'Neill is 6 with his previous deal at $18.5 million per season. Definitely could use some freshening up there. Now, hypothetical contract extension. So he's got 2 years remaining on his deal. Tack on 2 more, 2-year, $43.7 million extension. So basically it turns into a 4-year, $80 million deal. And yeah, is Brian O'Neill better than Jawan Taylor? Yes. That's it. But they get identical contracts, which would put him under contract through 2028, which would be his age 33 season. Turn $20 million of it into a signing bonus. So you can prorate that over 5 years. Convert his 2025 base into a roster bonus. So skinning down that 17.4, freeing up some cap space, which would take his $26 million cap hit down to about $11 million in cap space. Now, that would give the Vikings around $33 million in cap space roughly for 2025. Obviously, they're probably not going to use all of that at this juncture of the offseason, but you can roll that into 2026 and go from there. But either way, like Brian O'Neill, he is absolutely a team leader, and he does just seem to get better over these last couple of years, and he's heading into the thickness of his prime and having some protection as well as establishing the run game. It's going to be very important for the Vikings offense as the J.J. McCarthy dynasty begins. So taking care of another one of your own, it only makes sense. So AVG done, Oliver done, get Metellus done, and then get Brian O'Neill done. And we'll go from there, babe. But that's it. Your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to extend the real deal with Brian O'Neill. Let us know your thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.